Hi guys, welcome back to another video here on Rogue Warrior, and today I'll be ranking every single season of Chapter 2, and as this chapter comes to an end, and the season's coming to an end, I thought I'll rank every single season that happened during this chapter, and yeah, I just feel like it'll be nice to review it towards the end, and as Chapter 3 comes along, we can just see what Fortnite can do better, and all that, and this ranking is really controversial could be for a lot of seasons. A lot of people had fun this season, that season, and people just had different opinions. And yeah, it was a really hard ranking. But yeah, this is the ranking I think it is, my opinion. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. So on the 8th spot on this list, we have Season 1. And Season 1, this is the first season of Chapter 2, and it was, when it launched, there was so much hype. We had so many players come back to the game, and everyone just was so excited. And yeah, we had like fishing added, we had a whole new map, we had so many new stuff to the game, so many new mechanics, everything got a refresh, nothing was the same honestly. And yeah, I just had such a good start. So many people were playing. They added the feature of having bots in the game, and skill-based matchmaking, which was kind of controversial, but I think it's pretty good. And yeah, but after that, things fell off. After this, like, Fortnite just didn't add any updates after this. Like, it was just left so dry. And yeah, we just didn't have anything. The biggest update that we had was just the harpoon gun, which, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, you can fish and you can attack people, but there's, that's just it. And yeah, like, at the start, we had a whole new thing to launch with the season, but we didn't have any updates during the season that was so significant. And yeah, then we had a Star Wars live event, which it was just a big promotion, and it was just not that exciting. Nothing happened except that we got lightsabers, which is pretty good, but still, like, I don't know, that's just not such a good update. And not to mention how long this season was. This season, I don't know how long it took, but this is like the longest season we've ever had. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why Chapter 2 is such a long season. I mean, such a long chapter. Just because, this season just took so long. And yeah, they just kept on delaying it. And that too, no updates happened. So it was just really boring and really dry. At the start, we all had fun, but towards after that, it's just nothing really happened. So in the 7th spot on this list, we have Season 6. And Season 6, again, just like Season 1, had a huge refresh at the start, which I respect Epic for. And yeah, we had crafting, which, yeah, crafting and Season 6 goes really well together. And that was really controversial. Some people loved it. Some people thought like that really just fixed up the game and balanced everything. But people like me, I thought it was a terrible idea because first of all, we had primal and makeshift weapons, which was so bad. And the mechanical weapons, like the OG weapons that you expect from Fortnite, they're so hard to get. So you're just like using primal and makeshift, and primals are really weird. They had so much bloom, but some of them were OP, like the shotgun, and then the AR was just okay. I don't know. And the makeshift weapons were all trash. And yeah, when you land, you first get makeshift weapons, and you have to go and craft, which is so annoying. Like everyone is just like going around the map crafting. Really bad pacing of the game too. Yeah, I just didn't like that idea. Makeshift weapons are way too weak. Primal weapons were controversial. And one thing they did do was that throughout the season they did fix a lot of these things, such as they increased mechanical parts so that we can actually get our mechanical weapons. And they did nerf a lot of weapons that were OP. And they did a lot of things like that, benefited us, but it just left a bad scar for the whole season. And another thing they added was animals, which I think was a pretty good addition. And yeah, you can get meat from them, and they can use a lot of things like your hunter's cloak. And yeah, they're pretty good. The only demerit about this edition was that they added the dinosaurs, which, no, I don't like the dinosaurs at all. Dinosaurs, they were just really annoying. All they did was just attack you, and they had a lot of health, and yeah, just really annoying. Just like the Marauders in Season 3, it's just something that they just added just to annoy you. Other than that, Season 6 was okay. They just had a lot of bad things, and some, like, really fresh things, and yeah, that just made it really controversial. So on the 6th spot, we have Season 5. And Season 5, it was just pretty, it just was not so insane. Like, this is the part that's it's just a really average season. And when the season started, we were so into the storyline. We just came out of the Galactus event, one of the biggest events we've had. And yeah, now like we have like a trailer, there's actual like script and characters are talking. Agent Jones comes on the map and we get a lot of storyline stuff. When the season drops, they have a whole sand part of the map that like takes over the middle part of the map. And I thought it was a pretty cool addition. Like, it's nice to see some new map additions, which is pretty good. And yeah, sand tunneling, of course, it was just glitched throughout the whole season and it was just disabled, but it was still good while it was there. And one other thing was the gold bars and exotic system. This is one thing that got added to the season, really changed a lot of things. So yeah, so first of all we had exotics which you could buy with the gold, which gold it drops when you kill someone, when you like open a chest or whatever, and you earn this gold by doing bounties too. And you can buy exotics, which there are a lot of like variation in the exotics which are really nice. But as the season went on, the exotics, they just got really dry, and of course they're all rearranged throughout the season, but it was still just really dry, and they're not so insane. Yeah, it was just okay, like, yeah, it was just not so insane. And we had things like Mandalorian coming into the game. And one thing I didn't like about this season was this is like the season that started like all the collabs. Before this we had season 4, a whole Marvel season, and now in this season it was just built upon all collabs, which kind of was like a downfall for the game. And yeah, that's all I have to say for Season 5. So in the 5th spot, we have Season 3. And Season 3, personally, I had a lot of fun. And starting from now, all the seasons, they're gonna be pretty decent. And Season 3, like, I just had a lot of fun. Like, my friends, we landed Fortilla. It was just amazing, honestly. Like, it was during the summer. Had a lot of fun. When the season just dropped, we had the whole map flooded. And that was just crazy. Like, it was really nice having map changes at the start of the seasons. Like, it just makes you feel like you're dropping into a new game. And that's always nice. And yeah, having the flooded map, it was just really cool to swim a lot, use boats, and yeah, it was just really fun. We had also had sharks, pretty annoying, but I think this was the start of adding animals to the game, which, you know, was pretty good for the future. After that, we have new mythics into the game. And yes, from Season 2, we had a lot of mythics. This time, they put it only to 3. The Shockwave Launcher, the Mythic Charge, and the Mythic Burst. And these were all pretty balanced. I really respect them for that. They were balanced and fun. The charge shotgun was pretty good, but like the charge shotgun was kind of controversial, so it was not that insane. Not everyone knew how to use it. The shockwave launcher, you just move it around. It's not that much harm. And then the burst was pretty good. And not only the burst, we also had the chug jug. I also missed that. And we had a lot of other, you know, mythics that I'm probably missing, but yeah, you get the point. And yeah, it was just really, really balanced. It was just really fun. And the henchmen, they were there, kind of annoying, but still, yeah, you gotta do that for the mythics. And yeah, it was just really nice, really balanced, really nice. And yeah, the Fortilla was really fun. And the agency, which I think changed something else, authority. Yeah, remember, Caddy Corner, new map locations, really, really nice. We love to see those. And yeah, and we also had the fire mechanic. The fire mechanic, really big and still in the game today. And yeah, they added the flare gun, was pretty good. And yeah, the fire mechanic just added like more like depth into the game. And yeah, also let's talk about the charged shotgun. And the meta was kind of weak, right? And everything was balanced, of course, but the charged shotgun, at the start of the season, no one knew how to use it, and it was kind of all over the place. We didn't have a pump, so no one really knew what to do. So all we had was attack, and the attack was also nerfed, and it was kind of a mess. And everyone learned how to use the charge, which turned out to be pretty good. And yeah, that's it for Season 3, pretty decent season. So on the 4th spot, we have Season 2. And Season 2, I just played, like, I don't remember how much, I didn't play that much, and so I don't really remember that much, but my friends told me, and a lot of people I know, that the season was just really fun. And yeah, like, this came from Season 1, which was really plain, and then we came to Season 2, and like, a lot of things got added, such as mythics. Yeah, mythics were really insane. We had so many mythics, I can't even name all of them. We had the AR, the drum gun, and a lot of them, they were pretty OP, but that just made it really, really fun. The game was terribly unbalanced, but everyone had fun, and this came from Season 1, and I don't know if everyone had fun. I know a lot of people who still got annoyed, but I feel like it just took a break from just having a boring, balanced meta into something that's really crazy and fun. And yeah, but the one thing that let down the season was that it was very, very long. And again, just like season one, they kept on, like delaying the season. I know this during COVID time, but still, like it was really annoying. And if they didn't do that, this season would have been pretty good. But since they kept on delaying and the season just got so much stretched out, it just was not good. And for the third spot, we have Season 7. So this season was alien themed, and we had a lot of things like UFOs, and a lot of things like that. So first off, we had the railgun, which was actually an IO weapon, as IO guards were all across the map. And yeah, it was pretty strong. It could go through builds, it was pretty accurate. And yeah, it was kind of unbalanced, and they did nerf this eventually, and I think this was a really nice sniper. It was really strong, but I had fun with it. It was not that bad, in my opinion. And then we had the UFO, which I found really, really annoying, but as soon as you get used to it, it was pretty fun. Like, you just go troll people, abduct people, attack people's builds. It was not so bad. And yeah, it's just one of those things that they add. It's kind of ishy, kind of unbalanced at first, but then as you get the hang of it and you just get used to it, it's not that bad. You just have a lot of fun with it. And there are a lot of other IO weapons, such as the recon scanner, which I really liked. It just helped like what things were happening in the battle. And yeah, they had alien weapons like the Chimera railgun, which it was really ishy. Like it had insane range, less damage, nothing that insane. But yeah, the one thing of the season was just that it was just really, really fun. And yeah, and this is one of the seasons that Fortnite should do more of, because yeah, it's just really fun. We didn't have a whole lot of updates, but it's just what it is. It was still fun, I think, and it was just not so bad, and yeah, pretty decent. So for the second spot, we have Season 8, and for this season, the Epic has brought cubes into the game, so there's all cubes all across the map, and there's even the cube things that you can consume, and then you get like the Shadow Stone ability, and yeah, that's pretty good. And the map is not changed that much, but we just have a lot of cubes. And in the middle of the whole map, we have something called the Cube Town, where all the cubes that came together made this town. Yeah, and the bad part about this place is that you can't farm, but it's alright. You can transport really nicely with all the pads there. And yeah, and one thing they've added this season is the sideways. And the sideways is this little like dimension that opens up whenever you activate it. And in that there's gonna be a lot of monsters, like zombie type of things. And yeah, you have to defeat them, and if you defeat the whole and you complete the whole sideways thing, you get some really nice weapons, such as some sideways AR and a sideways shotgun, and I'm pretty sure there's a sideways minigun or something like that. And yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty decent, not too OP and not too bad, and they're pretty good. And yeah, and they've also added this sideways like huge monster giant thingy, which is really cool that they've added this into a normal battle royale game. And yeah, that's something you'll see in a live event, and that's pretty huge. And yeah, I think that's a really nice mechanic of the game. And one thing would make this season number 2 is that there's a voting system. And this voting system actually is just such a good idea. Like, if you just can't think of such a good idea to add into the game, and you feel like everything the community is gonna get mad about, how about add a vote? So that, like, you can't blame Epic, you're just gonna have to blame the community. And yeah, the votes have been pretty good so far. People somehow voted for the mechs and combat, and a lot of questionable votes here and there, but that's what the community wants, The community wants it, you can't really do anything about it. And they've recently added mechs to the crazy loot pool we have right now, and the mechs, they're still pretty crazy, pretty OP, but you gotta deal with it. You gotta step up your game. It's the end of the chapter. Who cares? And then I just think this season is just really balanced, pretty fun towards the end mostly, and yeah, I think it's just a really, really nice season. And for the first spot on this list, we have Season 4, and I just love Season 4 so much. It was just so fun, and they added so many cool stuff to the game, like we've never thought they'll add. And yeah, they had like a new location called Doom's Domain. Not really new because they just revised Pleasant Park, but it was still cool. You got the Doom's Mythic, which was super fun to use. And I remember when the season just dropped, we were like, okay, this is the only way to win. Everyone was dropping there. It was just such a nice experience. And throughout the season, they added so many Marvel Mythics, such as the Iron Man Mythics, which were like pretty insane, but you know, we all enjoyed it, and admit it or not. And yeah, Stark Industries, a really, really cool place. Something that just brought back the Tilted vibes, and I think that's really cool. Like, so many people landed there. It was just so insane. And there's also the Pulse Rifle, which I loved. It was an infantry rifle, but I think it's better, and it's just so nice. And yeah, and they had such a nice meta with the combat charge and pump for the shotgun loophole, and that was pretty insane. I mean, if you are not that good with shotguns and you need range and all that, the combat, you know, that's there for you. And the charge, yeah, a lot of people actually started to like the charge by then, and that was good for them. And the pump, yeah, your average pump user. And it was just so nice. Like, everything was really nice. And yeah, it was just really, really fun. And again, the mythics, they were just so fun to use. We had such nice LTMs for them too. And yeah, there were just so many nice mythics with so much variation, and there was so much like fun around the season. It's the perfect season, you know, and this is the one collab that's actually good. And yeah, it's really questionable from the start seeing a whole Marvel season, but I really, really like this season. I feel like this is the best season. So that's it for the ranking, guys. Hopefully you guys agreed with it. If you didn't agree with it, then just put your ranking down in the comments so I could see. And yeah, and just that's just really a sum up of this whole chapter, basically. And yeah, hopefully the next chapter is just really nice and bring some really nice seasons once again. And yeah, please like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. For the video, season 9 or season X, we're